everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I have all these scraps that I've shown you in the last couple of videos, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to make little groupings of tearaway scraps to use on some of the pages. And you can see my supply is dwindling. You know, I had said I wasn't sure if I would use all these pieces. I think I'm going to, and might even want some more, but I'm going to try not to want more. Okay, so for this, we're going to use all different sizes of scraps, and I have some smaller ones here too. And we're going to kind of arrange them to look like they're just kind of thrown together, but they will be little tear-offs that people can use to either write on in the journal or to tear off and use someplace else. So I'll just show you how I'm going to arrange these. I'm just kind of like throwing these together. I'm trying not to spend too much time thinking about how I'm doing it. And this, by the way, is something that I really prefer to sew. You can glue it, but I do think that this turns out better if you sew it. Okay, so we're going to have our sewing machine, and let's see, how about, sorry, I'm being kind of indecisive here, and I really do want to just like put it together as quickly as I can is really the best idea. Okay, so we're going to put this here. Yeah, okay, so that looks good. So I'm going to turn on my sewing machine, and you probably won't be able to see the sewing machine. I just don't have enough room here for everything. And I feel like it's important to have all these scraps out where you can see them. This piece is actually a little big. Let's look for something a tiny bit smaller. There we go. And maybe even like that. Okay, so I'm going to sew across the top of this. And I'm going to use a zigzag to just sew across the top so that it will all be stuck together. I just want to make sure that it grabs all of the pieces, and I'll go through a second time as well just to make sure that I got everything right here. I may not even, I'm going to sew this just on this part. Okay, all right, then we can sew something else on top of it, which is what I like to do. I've got just a little bit of ribbon here. It's not enough for much of anything, so I think this will be good to use for this. And we can put this on right across here. I like to have it kind of sticking out over the edge, not just stuck, not just like even with the edges, but stuck across the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and zigzag over that. It's still going to need something else though, right? Now these are going to be stuck in the book, so we don't want to put, I mean, you can put a button or a rosette, but then you're going to have to use cardboard to write on the page above it, page before it, which is okay. That's not the end of the world. But I think I'd rather just do something that's flat. What do we have? Maybe some of this yarn would be pretty. This is some of Bill's knitting yarn that I've used quite a bit of in my various journals. And I think we'll just like put a little arrangement of it, not an arrangement even, it's just a bunch of pieces. And we'll just put it like up here. And I'll show you when I'm done. I'm going to zigzag it, which may kind of spread it out a little bit. Sometimes it does that. It's fine. I'm going to zigzag through it twice, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. Okay, so there's our first little scrap pile. Okay, and this may be a little wide for the pages of this book. If so, we'll just tear it. Okay, so that's one. Let's make another one. I think we might just make one more because I'm going to run out of paper here for the other projects that I have. Let's do, I like some of the bigger pieces for this. Okay, and see how I'm staggering them. I don't want them to, and I don't want them to just be like one on top of another, you know, so that it's like a domino effect either. So I want to make sure that I put something that's going to be under probably next. Okay, how about, or here, like this. Okay, ooh, I really like that piece. I think I want to make sure that I'm not going to cover up this really cool part right here with a ribbon or something, so I'm going to Move it like this. And then we need something that's different from those two in the middle here. Not too big. Yeah, like that right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew across there to make our little, these can be used for, they'll be probably glued on the page. Sometimes I sew them on if I can sew them pretty close to the edge. If it's going to end up being in the center, then I'd rather glue it on. But whoever the journal belongs to can either write on these in the journal, or they can tear them off to use them just for like notes anywhere. Oh, that one got turned crooked. So let's put another one to help straighten, make it look straighter. How about this? It's okay that that one's crooked, I just don't want the edge to be crooked. So we'll do it like this. Okay, so we're going to add that to it. They can use these for notes, you know, just like, you know, jotting down a phone number or something and tear it out, or they can tear them out and then put them elsewhere in the book after they've written on them, whatever they want. It's just kind of a nice little notepad-y kind of thing. Okay, and then we're going to put, I think let's put some lace across this. Wouldn't that be nice? And I'm almost out of this lace. So that's a good way to use up some of your scraps that you don't have enough to do like pages and stuff. And I think I'd like a little bit of burlap with this too. Okay, so I'm not even going to try to cut it, you know, like perfectly square or anything like that. Kind of came out square, but it's not perfectly square. And let's put the burlap on first, and then put the lace over that. How's that? That looks kind of nice, right? And again, it would look really cool with a button or something, but I don't want to make it hard to write on the page in front of it. If you really, really want a button or something kind of bumpy there, then just make sure that you keep a piece of cardboard with your journal so that you can put a piece of cardboard behind the page in front of it, and I'm going to sew down that edge, and then it'll be fine to write on. Totally fine. Okay. And then I have a piece of this here, and let's tear out that piece right there, and maybe we can sew those here on top of the lace, and that looks kind of cool. See, it's just very kind of messy, scrappy kind of thing. Okay, so that's two of them. I think that's all that we're going to do because I really want to save the rest of these for our little notebooks. So I'm going to set these aside so that I have room to put my journal in here. Oh gosh, you guys, I need to clean my desk. I need somebody to help me clean up my whole craft room. It's horrible. Okay, so let's get the journal, and I'll show you how we're going to put these in. These are all going to have to go vertical, but I have a lot of times put them in horizontal too. It's just that these, I've made them too big to be able to fit in here vertically. Okay, that would be a good place for one. So maybe that's kind of nice with that ribbon behind it. I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull this page out, and I think we will sew this on because it's up close enough to the top. Well, actually the sewing would go through all these, so we're going to glue it on. Okay, so I'm going to use some of my Ultimate glue. Hopefully it'll come out nice and quickly. And I'm gluing right where my stitching is. Right where it's stitched together. And I think I'm going to glue above that as well. Just so that it's, and I'm going to run my nozzle through it so that it's not, you know, going to make it hard to write on the other side. And we'll put it right here. That's very cool. I like that. Okay. I'm just kind of, I think I'll use my little Mod Podge thing to smooth it out, make sure that it's not bumpy on the other side. There we go. And close this and put it upside down because it quickly, it's funny, it kind of quickly runs to the bottom, but it doesn't very quickly come to the top when you turn it upside down. But I really, really like that glue. So, okay, so that's that page. Doesn't that look cool? And then we've got, come here. We've got this one here. So let's put this one closer to the back. See if we can find a page that's large enough for it, like that one. That's good. And it's okay that this is gonna stick off a little bit, but that's totally fine. Okay, and I don't even need to take the page out to do this. Okay. So again, I'm gonna make 2 rows of glue and then run my nozzle through it so that it's flat. And turning it upside down. I'm getting this one actually really close to the binding. That might get caught in the binding, and that's all right. It'll be kind of fun to have that little bit sticking out on the other side of the page if it does. Okay. All right, so that's it, you guys. That was really quick and easy. A lot of fun. I love putting these together. In a different notebook, I might use like more contrasting. Let me see if I think I have some in this one, so I can show you some different ways of doing it. This is one that I'm still working on. I haven't quite finished it yet. Where'd this come from? But I believe that I have some of those scrap pages in here too. I could show you really quickly. This one's almost done. I still have, well, okay, here's a scrap, one of those scrap things, and I did a bow with the yarn there. And there should be another one. At least one more in here, maybe more. Yeah, so this one I'll be finishing up at some point. If you want this one, let me know. I usually give a discount. Here's another one. I usually give a discount if somebody reserves it and buys it before I finish, because then I don't have to go through the trouble of listing it. Okay, so yeah, that's another way that you can do it. This one doesn't have any sideways scraps like I thought. But you guys get the idea. I love you all. Our next thing will be making little notepads. Love you. Bye-bye.